What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I'm feeling a little bit better since the last video. Thank you so much for all the prayers, kind words, and everything for the family. It's been an insane week for us, and it got a little bit crazier last night. We've had a lot of rain come through. As y'all know, I have a small pond in the front of my yard and a big pond in the back that's the parents. Here is the small pond, completely overflowing now. Probably gonna have fish all in my front yard, just is what it is. I think they said we had about 4 to 5 inches of rain in the last 24 hours over here in Riviera. It's been raining since Wednesday, so everything's completely soaked and flooded once again. It's just the front yard. I have some drainage up here in the front of the property that wraps around. It goes from my grandmother's property underneath the roadway to my place, and then back around to the pond. I'm trying to lock my gate up real quick, so bear with me. I'm gonna do a one-hit wonder. All right, I apologize. You have to see anything that you're not supposed to see while I get this thing locked up. Son of a gun. My life is in shambles right now. So anyways, we have some drainage up here in the front. Once again, you can see right there is flowing in. I came back in and I backfilled all this section over here so that the rain does not go into the pond, and Mother Nature said, hell no, it's gonna go in the pond anyways. Shout out to Trump. But anyways, you can see right here, we got these big ass pipes. It flows down that way and back around to the pond. You can see how it's flowing like a river. All the way around. And back down this way. Here's the fence that we just put in, or trying to put in. And it looks like we won't be doing much fence work here in the future. It's gonna take a while for this stuff to drain back down, but yeah, all this is my property over here. You can see we put in the fence, and this is why we needed to have a real fence over here, because electric fence and water don't mix. And unfortunately, the goats got out a couple of times last night, so we had to put them back in their old pen, probably for about a week or so now until all this stuff clears out. But like I said, we got about 4 or 5 inches of rain last night. And then I was looking on the Weather Channel down in the valley, and places like Harlingen, Santa Maria, places like that, I think it said they got upwards of 18 inches of rain since Wednesday. It showed that the valley was completely underwater. I saw a whole bunch of vehicles in McAllen, Texas, flooded, so prayers go out to everybody. Hopefully nobody lost their life with this. When you have major flood issues, you never know what's going to happen. So anyways, I said I was going to do a one-hit wonder. I'm going to go ahead and hit pause real quick, then we're going to go check out the backyard. All right, sorry about that. I probably should have paused the video as I was locking up the gate, but oh well. Nice and sunny right now. Don't let that fool y'all. We're supposed to get another round of showers coming here soon. Hopefully it's nothing too bad, because I'm not sure how much more water we can take out here, but this is probably the fullest I've seen the pond since living down here, coming back down here since we redid the pond. It's insane. My whole backyard was underwater yesterday. You can still see there's a little bit of water here and there, but just so much stuff. I had to let the chickens out of their coop because their coop is underwater. The goat pen was underwater. Everything's underwater. All that time we spent doing dirt work, trying to fill in around the culvert and stuff in the back, it all got washed out. All right, so now we're coming out of here, out of the goat pen. Yesterday, all this was dry. There was no water right here. Here's where the inlet is, like I showed y'all earlier, just from the other direction. It's gonna take a while for this electric fence to get uncovered. You can see right there, it's basically non-existent. And you can see where the other poles are that we put in. A lot of water, guys. What's up, Dave? What's up, Tuck? You might be a big boy, but you were scared last night of that thunder, weren't you, buddy, huh? What you good boy. What you good girl. I know. Like I said, all this was bone dry. Now we got ourselves a full pond just in time for the well service to leave today, and we'll be able to hook up all the pump and stuff on so we get that hooked up and keep this pond full. But yeah, shit ton of water. It overflowed into the neighbor's portion of the pond as well. Then all the way back to mom and dad's place over there. Still bright and early, about, I don't know, 7:45 in the morning. There was a rock pile over there in the corner that was pretty much completely uncovered. Same thing in this corner, and in the wood pile here in the middle, all that was uncovered. Now it's pretty much all covered in water. Pretty crazy how this floods this quickly. I told the well service people, said, just so y'all know, everything's flooded. They're trying to cap the well over there, but they have to pump out all the water now. And I said, y'all saw how the pond was yesterday. I said, that thing is full today. And I saw their facial expressions when they came out and looked at it. They were shocked that there was this much water out here. But it could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. Like I said, down in the valley, they got upwards of 18 inches of rain since Wednesday. So not quite sure how much we got since Wednesday, but I know in the last 24 hours, when I put a pin over my house, it said about 4.2 inches of rain or so. But yeah, everything's flooded. The little paddle boat over there at mom and dad's was up against the bridge this morning, and then it floated its way back somehow. It's pretty crazy how it like docked itself right where it took off. Thought that was pretty funny. I said, Dad, check out that boat. It's going like right back to where it was. Like somebody was sitting there just paddling it. So anyways, that's what I got going on today. They're gonna wrap up doing the well. Mom and Dad are going to Kingsville for some appointments, and then they got to go to Corpus for an appointment as well. So we're gonna keep the goats over there in their old pen, get some hay for them, get them all set up for a minute, because it's gonna take a while for this stuff to drain out. A lot of the water flows from underneath the highway out from the local ranches and stuff this way, so there might be some kind of fish in here that we didn't have before. I know we had some small catfish. I put some bluegill, goldfish, stuff like that out here, and I'm sure we got all sorts of new stuff coming in here. Hopefully nothing too big or too bad flowing in here. So it's definitely a mess around here. What's up, girls? What's up, Big Red? Don't you peck my hand, little girl. Turned out to be a beautiful morning though. Nice and sunny. I wanted to show you guys, these are the wild Mustang grapes that grow on the property here. Check out all the new grapes that are growing. This thing is absolutely loaded with them. Oh yeah. Plenty of food for the chickens to eat if they want. Look at that. Just loaded with grapes. Then I got a trellis over there as well. Pretty awesome. And then making my way up to the front yard. Sorry I have to walk all weird. I'm trying to not step too much in the water out here. Everything's underwater. Little Baxter's underwater over here. What's up, buddy? Love you. I'm gonna go check on the grapevine in the front real quick. These are seedless grapes that I bought from Tractor Supply. I put them in sometime last year. They did produce a little bit last year, and I think this year we're gonna have quite a bit growing, so we'll check in on that and see what's popped up. My plum tree fell over. It's just so wet down here. It can't even stand up on its own. It's like a giant sponge out here. All right, making our way to the trellis that I made up here in the front. I don't remember what kind of grapes these are. They're just green seedless as far as I know, but let's check this out, guys. There you go. Yes, sir. Tons of grapes growing all over. And this is only one of the types that's producing so far. These are the green seedless. And then I have another kind, like I said, I think it's a kind of purple grape, maybe a Concord grape or something that hasn't started leafing out yet, but you can see the banana trees back there real good. We needed rain so bad, but we didn't need this much, but we're very thankful that we got it and that there was no damages other than the electric fence being underwater, which is nothing. We'll have to wait about a week or so for this to dry up so we can finish up that fence and get these goats back out there. And it'd be so much easier having our permanent fence instead of the electric fence. just one less thing to have to worry about out here. It just seems like there's always one thing after another that's popping up, and we're just trying to make our way through it all. So I had all this stuff covered up in the back over here. Like I said, it's just a disaster zone around here. So much mud and water and all that good stuff, but I absolutely love looking out that way and seeing the pond full. Speaking of full, I'm a fool for putting a garden out here and not doing anything with it. All it's doing is growing grass in it, and I'll get to it at some point, I promise. I love having a garden. I love growing food. There's just so much going on right now. That's put on the back burner. My yard's overgrown, and now it's going to take a minute for it to drain out so I can get it all mowed down. I'm going to flip you guys around the other way and show you all the front pond once again. Basically the whole yard's like this, where it's over the top of my sandals. Nice soaking for all my orange trees. It's a sweet orange. Got a little navel orange here. Just everything's so overgrown. All this is underwater. My moringa is growing back finally. Yes, sir. Then of course the dogs, they love their pond up here in the front, so I'm sure they'll have a fun time today playing in the water. But yeah, everything's nice and green now, and shouldn't take too terribly long for all the water to drain out on the yard, but the pond is going to be a whole different story. All right, guys, well, I guess at this point the only thing left to do is put the drone up in the air. I'll fly it around a little bit around the property. I may fly it over Riviera, not quite sure, but yeah, that's all I got for you. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video on the drone footage. Once again, thank you for all the prayers and kind words for the whole family. It was very overwhelming for us. I think there was nearly 2,000 comments within a day, which is probably the most comments I've ever had on a video, and I can't thank you guys enough. Mom is feeling better. Dad is feeling okay, and yeah, I think I'm a little bit more calm now, a little bit more at ease. It was just a very big scare with that happening to Mom, and it just messed with my head for a while, and I finally had a really good night's sleep last night. And yeah, so anyways, hope you guys enjoy the footage, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.